It's Wrestling Rundown with Jay Santy.
Live from New York, it's
Turnbuckle Tabloid.
Another week of wrestling in the books, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy Jay Santy here with Wrestling Rundown. Sitting in with us is our boy Milk Mike, checking in from History and Headlocks and amongst other things on the network. How are we doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How about you, sir?
I don't know. It could be better. I am on vacation. That does help a lot. But other than that, it could be a lot better.
Past 24 hours was very interesting to be here in New York City.
Oh yeah, torrential storms. It's
Jesus.
of biblical fortune. It's like it was almost very. Let's just say I thought I was gonna see animals line up 2 by 2 to get on a boat when I heard the drop. So, but other than that, we did see some stuff going down in the garden as well. But we'll get to that in the main event. But other than that, with Wrestling Rundown, I am your host and your news reporter for Wrestling Rundown's weekend update and Wrestling Rundown. So
First time I think you never referred to yourself as the Norm McDonald.
I know I wanted to just leave him who he is. He's so great. I just want to put it out there. So I know you and Ari covered this on cutting a promo, but I just thought maybe I should put my thoughts in here as well. Yeah, Punk wins the title. What was that about?
I mean, the the real answer is that they want to do Punk and Cody for SummerSlam. But the other answer that nobody's talking about or wants to talk about is that ticket sales are abysmal for this year's SummerSlam, so they're trying to get as much star power on the show as possible, and it's all at the expense of Sami Zayn's poor ass.
It's just so sad that it does it on the back of a wrestler who was really a fan favorite to get this, and unfortunately, the writing was on the wall. We probably did see it coming. We knew that it was gonna happen, but we didn't think it would happen like that fucking fast.
Right. We figured that Cody would win the belt back that night and then Punk returns. We didn't expect the whole switcheroo of having Cody being taken out and then having Punk being added to the match.
Uh WWE is just in a creative fucking hole. I just think that they're just tied in binds right now.
But are we blaming Triple H? Are we blaming Ari Emanuel? I mean, like, who's to blame here?
They're all are. They're all are blaming this shit. Everybody's in this mix.
I
It's a
mean, but if we have to look at one person, just say, how dare you?
Yeah, it's a cornucopia of them. It gets so worried about what the ticket sales are going to look like when they know once it becomes closer to the date, tickets do sell. They had issues during the Garden last night for Saturday night's main event, and look what happened. They end up doing what they can do. They knew they were going to sell tickets at Fanatics anyway, so why would they even freaking worry?
Right.
But as you know, I'm a massive Punk guy, but at this point in time, yeah, I wasn't a fan of this one.
You're conflicted?
Yeah, I'm not even conflicted. I wasn't a fan of this one. I thought it was just.
Is it safe to say he's turning into corporate man Punk?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's not his fucking call. It was their call.
No, I said that too. Like, it's not like he's telling Triple H, "Hey, do this on this date to this person." It's just they have their plan of doing Cody and Punk, and you know what? That's fine. It's a match that we haven't seen in a while, and they have the AEW ties that they're not going to talk about, but wrestling fans will throw in there. But it's just that it had to happen on Sami Zayn's reign.
Yeah, I had to have it on this tuchus. That's what happened.
Yeah,
But other than that, it was just dancing. We'll see what happens. Sammy already got his big win in Saudi, and I'm hoping they're not trying to double that down again. But who knows?
I don't know anymore.
Next up, Sheamus is not returning to WWE. Seems as though his contract will be up, or it is up. And what do you think is going to happen for the big fella?
I will say off the top though, I'm not shocked anymore because apparently the term lifers don't exist anymore in the world for WWE. So your Kofi's, your Sheamus's, I mean, I'm trying to think of like the Miz is probably gonna be next, but I would say that he's a lifer in the sense of he doesn't need the money. He'll take a pay cut regardless. But Sheamus probably is definitely gonna do better outside. I would say New Japan. AEW is probably another good spot for him. It would I if like there was like a third destination he would go to, it would be like a tie between TNA and MLW. Only for the sense of I think for MLW they'll probably make him their top star, and TNA will definitely do that as well. But I mean, it's up to him. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. He'll be either he'll be a new Death Rider, or he'll just love to go to Japan and just hit people hard.
Uh, to me, I look at Sheamus as I don't even think he needs wrestling anymore. To be honest with you, I think for him, he's good to go to do acting. He's got the appeal, he's got the charisma, he's got the look. Uh,
I mean, the YouTube channel is being a good success for him. I'd like to see him get some of the AEW guys in
right.
for workouts. Shit, let's see what Brian Cage does with Sheamus. That'd be interesting.
Of course, you would bring up Brian Cage, wouldn't you?
I mean, come on. But it's just like when you think of like his wrestling wise, like, Sheamus is definitely going to want to mix up with a lot of the guys in AEW and in New Japan.
Yeah, he'll most likely get that Lange's contract as well. So who knows?
Will he though?
Next up, did you see that Chelsea Green had to deactivate her Twitter because of political views? People are just wholeheartedly ridiculous.
They just ruin everything, huh? They just make everything not fun anymore.
Right. And they had her as I guess MAGA and such. And she's like, I'm from Canada. What are you guys talking about? Like
Well, was this like in relation to like the UFC event at the White House?
no, I think maybe they coincide with her gimmick as well. So maybe, but I don't think I think it's just silly.
I thought it was because she was on the promotional stuff for the said event because they were advertising like, oh, some WWE people will be in attendance,
Right.
and she was one of them. And people were like, oh, so then the whole MAGA thing. They said like you're imitating your character on your
Right.
TV. And at that point, wrestlers just say like enough is enough and just say fuck off and deactivate their Twitters now or X's, whatever you want to call it. Still,
Yeah, fuck it. It's not worth it anyway. It's fucking trash anyway.
yeah.
Next up, congratulations, Mandy Rose is pregnant. Sorry, guys, for all you goons out there who are thinking that you had a shot at her and her husband, or was it Tino Samatelli? That's the name.
Yeah, but I think he's not the father. I think it's gonna be Otis.
Swerve.
That'd be the greatest thing in the world, wouldn't it?
Oh, congratulations to the handsome, beautiful duo, and they're gonna have like one of the most best looking kid in the world.
Uh, yeah, because both of them are very good looking. But this is the sad thing for Mandy Rose fans because no OnlyFans for 9 months.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, unless you're into that shit.
I mean, do people do you? You do you. I
Right.
mean, Bianca Belair is still showing and doing photo shoots. But I mean, Mandy Rose, that's gonna be the next thing you crazy people are gonna love.
Next up, Jungle Jack Perry re-signs with AEW. Was this a shocker for you?
No, because WWE doesn't want his ass. What was this? They showed no interest in this man, and honestly, I mean, you and me have all been critical of him for the past couple of years, but it's just him. What you see is what you get. You get nothing more out of this guy.
Yeah, it's weird. The kid,
Can you imagine though if WWE would have signed him? What would Phil say?
the kid is talented, but it's just like he just is a he just blocks himself. He's a hindrance to himself.
But it's also I think is that there's nothing that stands out about him. Like he does a lot of the same moves a lot of the great others do, but just what's his gimmick? He's a guy of the jungle.
Yeah, he needs to find a way to possibly reinvent himself.
Yeah, and I don't think Scapegoat or Hollywood Jack is it. So
Next up, Nikki Blackheart gets a new name. It's Reina Vulcan. What the hell?
I
Why?
mean,
Why?
just add to the list of weird names, but physically, like she is impressive looking. I will say that. It's just now when you just look at her, it's like the Mason Rook thing. You see him, it's like, oh, like this could be something, but the name is very distracting.
Right.
Because you're thinking, what the fuck's a Vulcan and what's like Lorena is fine, however you want to spell it, but then just the Vulcan part is like, I love how she had to go on social media. It's like it's not volcano, it's Vulcan.
She should. They should have at least made it. At least kept it Latina. A volcan. That's what you're trying to say. It is volcan. It's not. It's not
I
working.
mean, maybe we'll have to wait and see how they say it on television, but I
Right.
mean, again, like a name shouldn't hinder somebody's ability or like presentation.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm. To me, I was like, should have left it the way it was. But you know how they do. They got to put their stamp on shit.
It's something about the Blackheart last name that they just don't like to say.
Yeah. Probably. Next up, possibilities of Richard Holiday and Tanahashi popping up in WWE.
I mean, Takahashi,
Oh, Takahashi. Sorry.
the New Japan president, is not going to WWE.
Takahashi.
But I mean, it'd be funny if WWE made a deal with New Japan and that just screws over Tony Khan. But
And his knees all fucked up anyway, so it ain't gonna work.
yeah, it's like as soon as he cut his hair and put the wrestling boots away, it's just time to be old man. But I mean, Takahashi's been the name that's been rumored for the over the past year.
Right.
So that one, I'm just waiting to see with bated breath on how they're gonna use him. But Richard Holiday, I mean, this is a guy that you and me have seen several times live in person. A guy that, correct me if I'm wrong, he beat cancer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this is definitely he should fucking get a spot or at least a chance. And after all these years, like it's like finally.
Yeah, I think Rich is a talented guy. He's great on the mic. He's great in the ring. Finally, to get some kind of recognition by the big leagues, I think this is a good shot for him.
Yeah.
Next up, good for this piece of shit. Conor McGregor gets knocked out. Well, he loses and he didn't get knocked out, but by I guess technical knockout. He fucking put himself out with his blown fucking knee. Loser.
I mean, by way of hurting yourself in the first 15 seconds of the first round. Huh.
Yeah, it's just, the guy's not a good dude. He's just mooching off, and you know what? Um, Dana White is to blame for this monster as well. So, like, it's good riddance to bad rubbish, and he's still talking about how he's gonna make his way back.
But it's also, too, it's like when somebody makes all that money, you're going to be more of an asshole.
Right?
But, like, I guess for the Connor haters, this was like just desserts because, again, 15 seconds into the fight, and he's throwing a kick, and his other leg says, fuck it, I give up.
Yeah, this is just this
I
is
love.
Connor doing Connor shit.
Yeah, I love his opponent's reaction when he's like screaming at the ref. He's like, "Do you not see he's hurt? End the fight."
Fuck
and then the best he says, "Oh, why'd you come back?"
yeah, everybody's now clamoring, right? Oh, you should go to WWE. No, let's not. Let's not do that. Leave him where he is. Next up, unfortunate news. We hear that Mia Yim and Keith Lee are no longer married. They are divorced. And well, good for me. At least I know she's on the market. It's time for me to shoot my shot.
And the other sad thing is that apparently Keith Lee is apparently just officially done with wrestling now.
Yeah. Apparently COVID hit him hard, man. I heard it was really, they were saying it was really bad.
Yeah. Some said was it's similar to the Bray situations, which is kind of scary to think about when you remind yourself how he died.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to be. It's people. As people to take it has it been in the past 6 years or so. You got to look at what the long term effects has been for certain people, man. It's just horrible. It's horrible that that happened, and then now to hear that their divorce is like, yikes, man. Shit. It's tough, man. But unfortunately, that this occurred, and sorry for these two these two lovely people that couldn't make it work.
It just sucks when you think about that. Now Keith Lee is in the category of what could have been, what
Right.
could have been in WWE, especially now with AEW. Like he could have made a lot of money off a Swerve feud, but now Swerve's off making himself a bigger star. Keith Lee is now worrying about his own health, which is the best thing for him. But it just sucks that we could have been basking in his glory,
Exactly. Yeah.
and
Exactly.
we can't do that anymore.
Right. Next up. Oh, Netflix. We're still doing the censoring thing in WWE, aren't we?
I
This week
mean,
this week we blocked repeats of showing Brock Lesnar's shirt, and they're also been changing the audience chant, bleeping it, muting it, and such. Come on, guys. It's Netflix, damn it. What are you doing?
and I know I think I mentioned this about the Braun Breaker thing from the Night of Champions, where like when he got a cut on his face and his whole face got blurred out. So it's like I don't get it. Like, what's with this? I don't. I, is this supposed to be for children? I mean, because at this point, it's what are we doing?
Please. Kids are seeing worse when in other and on fucking YouTube channels. Come on. Let's be
There's currently I don't know if you know Kai Sanat and the whole streamer university bullshit going on now.
yeah.
I'd like to put a big blur over that nonsense right now.
Yeah, it's just like I said, it's just ridiculous. I'm not a fan of this. You went to Netflix for a fucking reason. Stop being pussies over there. Jesus Christ.
Certain things, maybe, no, but the constant ads and now the censorship. It's like, are you trying to make us not watch weekly?
Yeah, and I think that's what the point they want you to just watch the fucking shorts. They want you to
Or the replays?
the replays of the clips. Next up, on the other end of the spectrum, AEW has seen its highest records in 2 years. AEW Dynamite scored a 798 in their ratings this past week. You guys have been monitoring AEW real closely. What do you think is happening over there? That's probably giving it a certain twist to viewership.
I think everything right now, storyline wise, is clicking for the audience. Where it's, I think it's a mixture of the hot potatoing of the titles,
Uh-huh.
and now it's just you tell them the two best wrestlers in the world are going to fight each other on the biggest stage that we have in AEW. So now it's like the build up for that. Now they have a pay per view coming up that I think is probably going to be okay, but the lineup wise, it's like not the really strongest one.
Right.
But I think the weekly stuff is definitely where I think they attract people. Where it's like with certain matchups, first time evers, special themed episodes. Like I mean, this episode was referring to the spring break one. They loaded that show up from top to bottom.
Yeah, they're looking like they're doing a
They
lot
know what they're doing opposite what WWE is.
yeah, a lot of front loading when it comes to getting their stars up there and actually trying to draw with the audience. Not a bad look, I have to say. They've been doing very well with being able to capture the audience's attention. My whole thing is that there's so many moving parts with the roster that everybody's chasing the main title, and it's almost like I get it, I understand that's what you're supposed to do, but in my opinion, you're losing some of the other storylines that you still haven't finished up yet. It's kind of like lost by the wayside. But all in all, wrestling wise, they've been doing a hell of a job over there.
Yeah.
And this leads us to our main event. And the main event for this wrestling rundown is, of course, our review of Saturday night's main event at MSG New York City at the Garden. Tickets were outrageous. It was crazy. They were really aiming for the stars for that one.
Despite the weather saying "fuck you."
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. But talking about front loading of stars, they had a doozy. They had a couple of things going on there. So
Can
the
I ask before we go on? Can I ask you honestly, going into this, wasn't this not the weakest Saturday night's main event lineup in a while?
I going in, I was interested in it, but then when you realize it's like, oh,
It's a one
that,
match show.
that's it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, yeah, that's okay. So I guess starting off the night, we had the women's tag team match. We
The
had
fuck?
we had, we had a women's tag team match. We had Fatal Flatulence versus Paige and Bree.
Fatal Flash.
So
Jesus Christ.
okay, I want to hear your take on this because yeah.
Okay, for noises aside, I think 3 out of 4 worked fine. It's always that Hall of Famer that just drives everybody nuts.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I know exactly who you're
But
talking
you know what's sad is that Paige is back in WWE.
about. Mhm.
You don't have that. I don't have that feeling of like, oh my god, like we're gonna like. I haven't seen anything spectacular yet. She's just been has a fucking anchor on her ankle, and her name is Bree Mode
Yeah.
over there. And I don't know what they're doing with I was about to say anal. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Fatal Influence. Their booking wise has been very weird. They had a strong start, getting the most heat out of any debut I've seen in a couple years, but then just they lost the tag match to them before, and then they just get another match now, and now they're the women's tag champions. So these belts be damned again. But I mean, the JC Jane thing the night before on SmackDown, she can't even get in the women's ladder match, and the women's U.S. champion is in. And don't even get me started on the whole interim nonsense because like this is not the fucking UFC. We don't need to have interim champions, but I mean, thank God they took the belts off Paige and Bree. So now it's like when Nikki eventually comes back, you could do the stupid Bellas thing. But now for Paige, I hope she can branch off and do something
Right.
because this return is being very lackluster so far.
I um I was very pleased with the fact that Fatal Influence won. I'm
Right.
glad that they took them the belts off of Bree and I'm it's just once again it's just one of those things to where it's like uh, you bring them back and then what happens? What we gonna have going on here? And it's nothing. You know, like you said, for the longest time, those belts have been cursed ever since they were created.
Exactly.
But once again, um, I'm happy that to see that the young upcomers get the win here. And by the way, I won my bet, you say? Yes. On the app, Wrestle Feed. Wrestle Feed is where I get all my news and updates on what's going on in wrestling. But also, they have a game called Wrestle Money, to where you actually can make bets on who's going to win, what's going to happen, and what's going to go on there. So yeah, so far, it's a monthly draw, and so far I am at 60% of calling wrestling. So kudos to me.
Is this a sponsorship or is just you just saying you got money?
No, I'm just saying that how you could have fun and bet on wrestling.
Okay. Uh, I mean, this is a gift and a curse for Fatal Influence now because now they have the women's tag belts. I just like to think that because the finish was just pretty much JC pushing Brie over and for the roll up. I like to think the referee was just looking at them the whole time, like, "Listen, I don't give a fuck. I want this match over now. I'm not gonna enforce the rules at this point
Right.
because it was so blatant. Like, come on."
Next
And
up,
this was the opener too.
yeah, because then we had to get the the match of where everybody was clamoring to see. We had the no disqualification match between Danhausen and JD McDonough. You are definitely going to get exactly what you're going to expect with Danhausen.
Yeah, the no DQ stip was definitely a giveaway of like, let's do all the nonsense, and nonsense they did with the mini housings and Michael Cole constantly making big head jokes about JD and making calling Dominic a moron and all this nonsense, and
Right.
then the big spot where Danhausen threw his jersey and uh, like a like a cat toy in the cloning machine, and then out comes Carl Anthony Towns
Yep.
of the New York Knicks.
And of course, a huge pop happens with that. And of course, what do all big men do?
Choke slams.
Choke slam.
But
So,
these were pretty good choke slams, I would say.
yeah.
I
You
was
get,
expecting the face paint on him, though. I did think that was going to be one of those things that they did to him, but they completely avoided that at all costs.
nah, he's too cool for that.
No, yeah, I know. But I will say, like, he did the choke slam spots, and then, of course, he did the Nixon 5. Nixon 5. I think they'll try to get that chant going, but nobody got the clue to do that,
Right.
so. But, yeah, Danhausen wins, and I love the commentary note on this one because Michael says he hit the triple D, and then he goes, "No way, that's not the triple Ds I'm referring to."
Uh, uh, I see what
And
you did there.
the Danhausen death drop.
So Danhausen gets the win here, of course. Next up, we get probably one of the better matches of the night, for my opinion. You get Becky versus Bailey versus Lyra Valkyria. And yeah, let's just say that little extra shots were thrown in this match, weren't they?
I mean, overall, what do you think of Lyra's presentation?
I'm okay with the dark uh uh coming from the ashes kind of look thing. I'm good with that. She is just like as a wrestler, she is far beyond a lot of these female wrestlers. She's out there.
Oh, absolutely.
And the pairing right now with her and Bailey is a perfect setting for the two of them. Uh I'm just more with the whole idea and the sentiment that how long are we going to have this going for? Because I really want to see Lyra branch out and square up against some of these other females and elevate their ring work.
I I mean, overall, it kind of like the way she came out last night. Like she had new music, like very like dark tone, like version of the old one. It just looked like she looks very like tired. Like she hasn't gotten any sleep, so it's like like, with the entrance. But then and then when she gets in the ring, it's like this is like one of the best up and coming wrestlers in the world right now. I'm like, what the hell's going on right now? But I feel like eventually like Tatum Paxley from NXT will get the call up as well, and they'll pair them up because they used to be a team in NXT. So it kind of makes sense that Lyra now is kind of matching Tatum's creepy gimmick now. But I was very happy that Lyra got the win here, but then it kind of felt like they're writing Bailey off, and I know her deal is up at the end of the year, or it's going to be close to being up. I feel like she's not resigning. I feel she's going to explore her options and eventually maybe go to AEW by the end of the year. But now it's like, because once it's over, what does Lyra do? She's like she's gonna be a heel, and right now this roster has enough heels. They just turned back Maxine heel, now they're turning Lyra heel. I mean, not many baby faces on the Raw side at this moment. Like Sol Ruka, Io Sky, that's the only two.
Yeah,
Because Stephanie Vaquer's missing.
I'm not upset with it either because of the if she does leave, she just leaves. Like I'm okay with that. I'm fine with her not having a place in WWE anymore. It's fine if Bailey goes. She did a lot there, and
Yeah,
time for her to spread her wings. It's one of those instances where I said, you know what, I'm okay with her, letting go. I'm all right with that.
yeah, me too. It's just that it's just unfortunate for her. It's like she can help elevate others, but there's no real defining spot for her. I mean, you could have had her maybe go for Liv's title so Liv can have some title defenses, but no, we can't do that.
Yeah. Uh,
which is the issue currently going on with like the women's titles. That is its own problem on its own.
and finally, closing. Well, didn't close out the night,
I
but
was about to say, like, when this match started, I was like, "Wait, how much time left do we have in the show?" And it was like 40 minutes. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
yeah, I said the same thing. I was like, well, I'm not believing that this will be the last match. I mean, the final of the show, but just maybe the last match. CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes versus Gunta and Sami Zayn. Um, I keep saying it over and over again. Gunther is just a fucking like a wrestling machine, man, and he makes
What are they doing with him?
he makes other guys who have been in the business longer than him look even better, and it's just crazy how he's able to do that.
Yeah,
Uh, Sammy, of course, had his moments here and there. Um, Cody being Cody, and sometimes when you look at Punk this day, it's like you could tell it's those days are closing out. We're looking like he might not be in that ring for too long.
I mean, he got offended months ago before Mania being called an old man, but I mean, this dude looks like a fucking old man out there doing his old CM Punk stuff. But I mean, there's nothing. There was nothing physically wrong with this match. Everybody worked great together. I did love them starting off hot, like because Sammy was
Right.
trying to do his pose, and Punk was like, "You know what? No, fuck you!" Like, and then they started fighting immediately. Uh, I did. There was a slight chance. There was a blimp of me thinking Gunther was going to get the win here, and this was going to be turning into a four-way for SummerSlam. I was kind of willing it into existence because I was not happy just going into this saying, "Oh wait, we're going to beat these two guys again, and then we're going to get our Punk and Cody match." But the Nick Aldis thing, I mean, it kind of drives. I've seen people go crazy about it. It's like, oh, why does the authority figure make the stipulation and then screw the guy out of his stipulation?
Well, I guess I guess what's supposed to be the happening is going to be a retirement match. I guess for Nick Aldis and Gunther or something like that at SummerSlam. I don't know.
I mean, just this is just so we could get Nick Aldis' first match. Not any of the times like, oh, you could have had him go against Randy Orton. No, it has to be against a career killer
Right.
for his first match in. And I just feel bad for Sammy because he's pretty much been out. He's not out of this title picture.
Another thing that I can say about the night is we saw more blood here. Looks like Peacock is a little bit more flexible with the blood as opposed to Netflix, right?
The funny thing was, I was surprised that this was still on Peacock. I don't know what the deals are going for, with their streaming services, but I was just like, oh yeah, it's on Peacock because I was ready to go to like the Disney Plus bundle I have
Right.
and just go there. But I was like, no, it's on Peacock. I was like, okay, but yeah, a lot of blood on this show. Like happy accidents because there was like one with Fallon in the opener, and then I, and then there was one in this match, right?
Yeah. We had a bust over. Punk got busted over here.
Right, and then yeah, and then Cody and Punk get the win here, and then they did a thing where like weirdly enough, like this was awkward, but Punk as he walked away, he made the title hit Cody in the face,
Right.
and then they filmed the thing afterwards, and then where Cody confronted him, like one of those like teenage girls, like what the fuck was that? Like are you trying to do something? And Punk's like, no, it's an accident, and then they're like screaming at the camera, like get away from here. There's no reason to record. It's like. Okay, but now it's like that's gonna be the main reason for this match.
Well, there's always been a main reason anyway, but you know.
No, yeah, but now it's like now this is like the first physical thing that you two are doing, and it's over a belt flip.
Yeah. But that's your main event is SummerSlam, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, and they pinned Gunther too. They couldn't pin the other one. They had to pin Gunther again.
Yeah, Gunther had to take the L on this one.
So now we get Gunther and Nick Aldis on one of the nights at SummerSlam. Good.
Uh, and finally, to close out the show, we had Roman Reigns acknowledging Jalen Brunson. Uh,
I thought it was supposed to be the other way around.
right.
It's like you won your championship, now acknowledge me. It's like, what am I looking at? But I definitely got a kick out of seeing some of the backstage people. Like I saw Joey Ace. I think I saw Nick Shin in a suit.
Yeah.
So that was kind of one of those cool things to see. But then it was like, They do the entrances. Pyro's going off. Roman's talking. Jalen Brunson's just standing there, and then they do the pose, and then Seth Rollins' music hit, and out comes Tyrese Halliburton, and then I'm like hearing Michael Cole go, "Oh, it's the Knicks' greatest villain." I'm like, "Oh my god!"
I sat there and I'm going, first of all, we got two banged up dudes. You got Jalen Brunson who's banged up.
They're not gonna have him do anything physical. Tyrese is still healing from a torn ACL,
Right. So it's like, what are we doing here?
and then Seth Rollins comes in, attacks Roman, and then I guess like they really didn't give Jalen like much to work with, so it's kind of like Seth was like threatening him, like don't you stop me, and Jalen's like, all right, like he has a hurt wrist, and then he just casually walks in the middle of the ring in front of Roman to avoid the curb stomp.
Right.
Then the Superman punch, and then Seth Rollins and Tyrese go running, but it's like, this is the main event.
And you have the exchange of titles, and Roman holds up the NBA crown.
I was hoping he dropped it. I was like, if this fucker drops this relationship's over.
And that was the feel good moment of the night. Overall, your thoughts on Saturday night's main event?
Boring.
And
Well, not. I mean, if you want to go watch the tag match, go. I'm not talking about the opener. I'm talking about the WWE Punk and Cody tag. You can watch that. That's a fine watch. Everything else is missable on this show. You had a Danhausen thing, of course. He does what Danhausen does, but I don't think it's over. I think they're probably gonna do a rematch of some sort for SummerSlam with him having a partner. God only knows who,
right.
but yeah, over very missable show.
All right. Well, for me, it was like I was just sitting there having a couple of beers. I was all right. It was cool.
Yeah, it was just there, just
Yeah,
entertainment.
it was fodder. But other than that, we're gonna wrap us up here on Wrestling Rundown. Mike, what we got up in store coming up with history and headlocks?
We are chugging along with History Not Locks. A lot more stuff to cover. The next episode we record will be a very interesting one where we listen to our fans and people give their wrestling hot takes, where we discuss it and pretty much give our own wrestling hot takes that may have been our own and some that have been said for over the past couple of years in the world of wrestling. So be
Like
on the lookout for that one.
I like that. I like that. Make sure you check us out for all other content that is on the network, New York Wrestle Media. We have episodes of Are We Talking Sports out there. Uh, Episodes of Under the Ring Apron are going to be coming up soon, where we have in-depth interviews with people of the like in the professional wrestling business, as much as other individuals who love it. Also, Press Play with Santi and much, much more new content coming out soon. You guys want to keep an eye out for that. It's going to be a fun time here on the network. Make sure you check us out on not only all the socials as the TikToks, the YouTubes, like and subscribe here. Feel the vibe over here, but also follow us on Facebook, follow us on the Instagrams and all other social media platforms, as well as all the podcasting platforms. When you can't see it on video, you can get it on audio on all podcasting platforms. Thanks again, Mike, for checking in, sir.
Absolutely.
And as always, check you guys in a sec.
It's Wrestling Rundown with Jay Santy.
Turnbuckle Tabloid.